2, 1.
Will you fuck up, too?
Just give me 10 minutes to find the right button. Keep all this in. Keep it in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the General Banter Podcast. Today is the 22nd of the 6th. Is it? 22nd of the 6th. We've been sitting here since 11 o'clock watching music videos. Couldn't be arsed doing anything, but here we are. Welcome to the ads. We have sponsored. We'll not hang around on the ads. No. Do you like getting fucking hammered? Do you want 8 to 10 beers for the fucking price of nothing? Beer52.com / is it banter?
Banter at the checkout.
Banter at the checkout. And you pay $5.95 for the delivery, and then they send you a box of fucking 8 craft beers pulled in from all over the country. And apparently they complement a nice warm balmy summer's evening, so you can get fucking hammered. Of course they don't condone this, but you can get fucking doomed if you drink them all back to back. Raspberry stout, oatmeal stout, fucking quadruple hopped fucking horse piss. Wake up the next day, aneurysm. We're not going to keep beer 52 long if we feel it. But here, listen, / banter. And then, it's quite loud. / banter, and then you pay the delivery and they send you the beer. Deal? Deal. Our second sponsor, our OG sponsor, is of course Manscaped.com, the world's leading pipe and sack shaver for men. But I've heard from my flapped friends that it works on a fanny as well. So, Manscaped.com. Use the code GENBANT1 and you get 20% off the Lawnmower 3.0, which is just an anti-snag piece of genius equipment. It's a once-in-a-lifetime purchase. I don't think you're buying these Manscapes all the time. You just one purchase, get 20% off, and you've got that smooth pipe for the summer. Manscaped.com / GenBant1. What is it? Use the code GenBant1 for 20% off.
Yes.
They've got the weed whacker. It's like a little thing goes up your nostrils. They got the ball moisturizer, ball deodorant. If you're out there with an old satchel that smells like fucking a face supper. Have you ever been overwhelmed by the stench of your own balls?
Yes.
Good. There's a man that's lived a life. Anyway, manscaped.com. Use the code / Gen. What is it? Use the code GenBant1, 20% off, all that shit. I'm gonna stop that now. It's taking for ages. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ, the night. Shout out to Beer 52. Shout out to Beer 52. Shout out to Manscaped.com. You know what I mean? That's much
the
quieter.
General Banter Podcast with Colin Geddis.
Great times. The energy in a good way is low today. Normally I come in here, I'm under time pressure, I'm freaking out, I'm trying to rush the podcast out. And today, I don't know whether it's because, we'll talk about it later, did a big hike, did a gig, you know, I've got a sense of identity back. I went to like a physio this morning and I come in here today and I was like, I don't want to fucking do any of this shit. Let me just sit, and we watched like some Nirvana videos. I did a great impression of Frank Black, is that his name? You can get away. Hurt my throat. And we've just been chilling. We've just been chilling here for a minute. It's been good. Feel relaxed. You know, got a nice coffee haul. We've been having some nice coffees. Great times.
Good times.
Good times. You've got a camera on you. Are you flicking to it at all, or just
Yep.
do you fool people with just
Edit later.
just sit there? Just keep you on a wee square in the corner. PIP, NIP.
Yes.
Nylon pick. Now we did have a gig on Sunday night there. I want to say thanks to everyone who came out, because one of the benefits of being on Patreon is I put the tickets up there first, and the tickets all sold on Patreon. So we basically had a Patreon exclusive gig, and it was fun as shit. I was absolutely bricking it. because it was the first gig back and I was trying to write new material and I couldn't remember any of it, and I took a wee notebook on stage because I had to just remember some of the things I was going to say. But to be honest, and this is probably where the stand-up should go, it felt a lot more like I was doing a podcast, you know? It felt more like I was talking through things instead of just like, let me try and force laughs out of this. And then once you're relaxed, bits just present themselves to you. You know, I did a bit about Arlene Foster pegging her driver, and you know, listen,
Will you fuck up,
we
too?
got new buttons. We got new buttons. It's not true. You know, the guy from Embarrassing Bodies is getting sued for like 125 grand. But listen, if I said that in front of Arlene, she would just go,
Will you fuck up, too?
and it's all good. You know? Darkness just got darker. It's gonna be a dark summer, even though the solstice is over and the summer is stripping through our fingers.
Jeez.
Now, I'm amazed you turned up on Sunday night.
Oh dear.
You were like fucking, what do you call it in Forrest Gump when he's got the Bubba? What's his name? Bubba?
Bubba.
That was you with drinks. I was like, did you drink much last night? And you're like, had the Bullhouse beers, had other beer, drank some mead, red wine, white wine, rosé, Buckfast vodka, Hennessy. Like you were just, it was like someone went, can you name as many drinks as you can? And you're just like, yeah, Advocate, creme de menthe. I don't know how you were still, I mean, there's days where I've definitely had 4 beers and just called off everything I had the next day.
Oh no. Rough.
Were you rough on Friday? Were you super rough or?
I don't know. It was a
Still drunk?
12-hour sesh.
Still hammered,
You know,
that's why.
probably.
That's when you're like, fuck, I got away with that one. You're still blocked. Yeah, because did you drive from Ardglass?
No, I went home and then came back, which was a good shout. Got showered.
Yeah. And then you come up the stairs in here with the glasses and all on, like, you know, like a rock star getting off a tour bus. Hey man, what's up? I've been drinking for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Now that's some going, because I know you were out with the Mulhalls, and William doesn't even drink that much, does he?
No, he was driving, and then when he got back to his house at 2, he drank nearly 2 bottles of wine.
So where were you?
We're at like the
beach?
like near, but
Till 2 a.m?
yeah.
Wow.
And then
I seen you breaking out the guitar, which
I know.
if I was there, and I would never get invited probably, but what I would have done is just walk into the sea and not come back. Anytime. I can't deal with people fucking, and like that girl singing was probably great. I couldn't even hang around to hear it. As soon as the guitar comes out, I'm like, bye.
it always seems like a great idea at the time, and then it's like, oh Jesus Christ.
You know what? If people forget how long songs are.
Yeah.
Man, what's the 3rd verse of Everlong? When everyone starts chatting and all.
Yeah.
Was that your guitar?
No,
No.
it was planted there.
You planted? I'm not prepared for full fucking...
Guitar out the sleeve.
It folds out, no? Pops up. They actually had one of those. Did you see that?
The wee backpack.
The
guitar, is it?
the neck like folds like this.
Yeah.
And then you fucking open it up. I dare say it's not in tune. But yeah, it looked fun, and fair play for turning up the next day. Going to a sweaty Limelight to do
It
a
was
gig.
class. The gig was fucking.
It was rocking, man. That's exactly how I like it to be. Do you know what I mean? Like
Raw.
just on the edge of
Chaos.
bit rowdy, and people were ordering drinks to the tables, double pints, fucking hammered. Class.
It was so good.
Loved it. And you know, it's probably cheating to be like, well, yeah, fuck it. Do you know what I mean? First gig back, put the tickets on Patreon. I would imagine people are fans of me if they turned up to that first one from Patreon.
I know.
And they're probably just like, you know, we'd probably rather see a comedian or Colin, me, just do what I do on here. You know what I mean? Like fuck around with an idea
Yeah.
eventually. So yeah, I think there was funny stuff, you know. It was did some new, yeah, I'm excited to do them again, all those bits. But yeah, it was great, and unfortunately just because it was a Sunday, I was dying to go on the rip.
Yeah.
And Aaron was there. He was staying in Malmaison or something with shout out to Dom Gormley, the tattoo artist, and his girlfriend. and no doubt Aaron got pegged because he's like a professional third wheel.
Yeah.
People just take him on board. They're like, man, me and the girlfriend here are going for a dirty weekend. Do you want to just come with us for the comic relief? I'll be getting the actual relief in here, and then I'll come out and you just fucking hit me with some jokes. Stand there in a bathrobe, and then we go back to the fisting. Epic. He is the type of guy where he would sleep through an orgy.
Aaron.
And they're like, Aaron, you fell asleep, man. There was like a bunch of fucking Thai girls here looking red. And he's like, oh, sorry, I had a load of chicken lickings. But yeah, the gig was amazing. And we had a great chat with, were you there when the guy who worked in the Limelight came up for his break?
Oh my God, he was class.
Was his name Michael?
I don't know.
I think he said his name was Michael at one point. Shout out to that fucking dude. He came up and he poked his head in and he went, oh, I'm sorry, this is usually our break room. And I went, come on in, man, I'm not bloody Ash. I'm not some local, but I'm not bloody General Fiasco taking up the whole area. I was like, come on in, man.
Come on. So good.
Sit down. And he had a twirl and a fucking tin of sugar-free Red Bull. And he's like, you see, all my mates at work here, they're idiots. They get half an hour break and they all nip out to get food, and then they get back here and they've only 15 minutes to eat the food. And he's like, I turn up prepared. I've got the twirl and the Red Bull, which contain all of the nutrients that I'm going to need to pretty much do anything in life, to regenerate muscle, to encourage I don't know, any sort of health. Yeah. And I take the twirl and I fill myself full of taurine and I'm fucking ready to and then he finished it and he was just like, who's laughing now? And then his mate arrived back with a chicken licking, and he actually had a burger and he took a bite of it and a big bit of mayonnaise hit him. And there's another reason to come prepared with a twirl and a Red Bull.
That guy was so funny.
Oh, he was great.
He was so great. Charismatic.
He was. Some people might go like, oh, I'm going into a room with all of these comedians that were just on stage. This might be intimidating. Couldn't get a word in with this guy.
I know. He did a full set.
Jesus Christ. Fucking, yeah, it was amazing. It was a clinic on how to captivate an audience. Jesus Christ. That's my bad.
Who did he say? He was like, I only know one comedian. And it was like some really obscure...
Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
Which is like, Norm Macdonald's a legend.
Yeah.
And, it's just, he's incredible, like, comedy genius. But like, if you're only gonna know one, that's the one to know.
Class.
It's pretty cool, like. So yeah, all round good night. Saved the pizza. We ordered pizza and I was like, I'm gonna save this, take it home. But sure, of course, by the time I got home, it was fucking 1 a.m. Pizza was cardboard, couldn't even eat it. It's a weird sensation. The next day I was like, we've got our 3 bins in a row. You got the brown one, you got the blue one for the recycling, and the black one for general shite. And I was like,
shite. General shite.
Yeah, the new line coming soon. This used to be a bit of a... Now it's like a atomic bomb in the distance. But it was, so I went out to the bins and I was like, I gotta get rid of this. And I was like, what do I do? I'll have to put the pizza in the food and sort of organic matter bin. And I just took the pizza out and just folded it. Just folded it up like a towel. And then just threw it in the bin and jammed the fucking box in the other one. What a weekend! But yeah, we had the gig. Now, first of all, this is how my weekend went. Friday, we picked up new merch. That's going to be on sale. It is top notch. We're working with our boy, Seamus Monaghan.
Will I put it in the video?
Does that not already sound like... You got to put the picture in?
Yeah, will I?
Where do you want me to point?
Ding!
The Truth Bombs range. Get it. We're taking it up a notch, guys. This is a premium product. This is working with a designer. Fucking top notch stuff. Well finished. Swing tags. Sticker. All the business. But it's very cool. But the problem was I had to pick it up from Banbridge. And no harm to anyone in Banbridge. Fuck that place. I mean, it's like, what is it? what is it? It's on like 3 layers. It's fucking up, down. Every wee street's about that size. No one knows what is happening at any junction. You know, this will give way to the right shit. Doesn't exist. I don't know what the fuck's going on. And it's between everything that just makes it more annoying. But anyway, got the t-shirts, came back, you photographed them. What else? Anything else happened that day? I can't remember. But anyway, the next night I was going to... I signed up for it ages ago. It was for the Leukemia Lymphoma NI football team. No, it's a charity, obviously. And obviously, my wife had a wee run-in with our lymphoma last year, didn't she? And me and her dad and her sister decided to do the old sleeve donor. Now, for me, big deal. For you, who lives, it's in your back garden.
Yeah.
You just shoot up it for the crack, do you? When was the last time you did it?
Maybe around Christmas. Or just after Christmas.
Who with?
My good friend Fitzy.
Big Fitzy?
Big Fitzy and his girlfriend. I believe was the last time.
Some woman, anyway. But
girlfriend Donna.
Shout out Donna.
Shout out Donna.
Here, it's no joke.
No.
Like, you know, I don't know whether I was just being a fat mess, but like, it's fucking... It's not to be taken lightly, I don't think. It's, you know, like, sometimes I think about certain things I've done, like the jumping in the sea and all that carry on, the active adventures we went on.
Yeah.
And I think about my friend circle and I go, I wouldn't send some of them. You know, I'd literally be like, you don't go to this. I would not bother. And that's another one. You know, there's no vetting of who does it. And I turned up and I was like, you know, I've got the fucking shorts on. I've got the Nike trail shoes.
Boom.
No good at all. But we set off and you know the way you go up from the car park?
Yeah.
And it's wooded and there's like a lot of like exposed sort of tree roots and stuff. Yeah. It's real knotty and fucking janky. You get up to like the first little bridge and people, they stop and they're like, right, this is where the sort of the trail starts and it's stony from now on.
Yeah. And
people at that point were like, fucking,
I know.
Are you serious?
Every stage is brutal in its own way.
Yeah. It's cack like, and we got to that bit and I had a fucking healthy, it's like, it reminded me of when you like first go to a jiu-jitsu class and the warm-up's like 15 minutes long and you're drenched and you go, like, we haven't even started yet. I'm fucking wrecked. That's what it was like. I was full sweat coming through the hat. Backpack was sticking in my back already.
Yeah.
Brutal. And then I mean, of course, you know, I'm world famous international movie star and comedian Colin Geddis. So the photo started. My boyfriend loves you. Can I get a photo? And I'm like, how long is there? You know, and that was only at that bit. And then it was also like a bit of a hindrance to be in such a big group because you can't really just walk wherever you want to walk and you can't walk as quick as you want to walk.
Yeah.
So we start going on up that first bit and then it starts to open itself up in that wee valley and you get to see the actual scale of this path going like right up like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, we've been walking for 1 hour. And I'm literally trying to break the distance down in my brain. I'm like, right, that's 1 hour. And this looks like the start of this, you know? And then we're like, make our whole way up. And it does start to get, is the saddle a bit with a wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you get there, you know, the last wee bit up to the saddle bit's rough enough. You know, you do a couple of fucking 20 steps and a bit of a, let me take a photo, but you're just going like, which is fair enough, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, you gotta be real fit to just keep it pumping the whole time. And then I found out people actually run along the wall and all. And I was like, for fuck's sake, what's this, Game of Thrones? So got up to there. What kept me going for the most part was I needed to piss so bad. So I ended up getting that saddle and just jumping over the wall. Pissed on a sheep. And then, yeah, at that point, like, I don't know how many fucking hours you're in there, like 2.5? 2, probably. And then they're just like, yeah, just climb up this wall and then you're at the top. And that is fucking hectic. Like, you can't really even see the top from the bottom. And, but got up that, it was, you just have to sort of break it up. It's like, if someone told you to do fucking 200 burpees, you wouldn't just do 200. You have to do like 5 at a time at a certain point. So you're taking a bunch of steps and, stopping for a minute and then going and stopping. But it was tough. But then you get to the top and you're like, right, that's all good. Then see coming down that top bit. Fucking nightmare. That seemed like it was an hour on its own. Yeah. Because you're like watching your step and everything. And then got the whole way back down. By the way, we got up to the top of the thing and had a fucking sandwich and some water and, a couple of biscuits and took a few photos and all that shit. So you're probably there like 20, 25 minutes, maybe half an hour. And it was getting a bit windy and I was like, it's cold now, let's go. And then we started walking, and then at the bottom of that like last bit, that final fucking crescendo plateau, as we were heading down, is like half an hour later, there's like some girl coming up. She's like, is it close? And she's literally wearing Vans.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh my fucking days. Is it close? And I went, yeah, it's close. And I was like, she's gonna die up here. She's gonna die up here. And then, fuck knows what shapes. Like, obviously I'm not well conditioned in fucking climbing mountains, but, you can get through it, and I thought I had appropriate gear with me. Obviously you need hiking boots. There's a reason why people get them. But this, like, on the way down, I was fucking, the shoes were so soft. I went over, see when you hit the wooded bit in the dark? Bro, my ankles were like fucking, I'm going to show you this clip. Hold on.
Oh no.
Supermodel.
All right.
I'm going to show you this clip. Yeah, this was me going down the fucking quality gash, man. This is me coming down the woods. Oh, those canks are fucked now. Oh my god, so bad. So bad.
They're all clapping.
That was me. That was me at the end. I fucking rolled my ankle about 5 times. Because your feet are kind of dead. So you put them on one wrong, unstable bit, and it's just like, all over the place. And then in front of us, we caught up with some woman who was just walking in the dark with 2 sticks and a dog. And we were like, do you need a torch? She's like, no, I just kind of follow the dog. I was like, yeah, but the dog don't have a fucking torch either. It's pitch black right here. And then, but yeah, see when we got right down through that whole trail and then sort of were like at the top of the woods, you could just see at the top of the mountain, like all these wee head torches coming. And you're like, they're only leaving now. And it's full black, like, fuck that. And then we did get down, and the woman at the car, there was a woman, ticking everyone's name off who entered. And she was like, oh, you were quick. I was like, what? And she goes, yeah, and people don't normally start surfacing here till about 12 o'clock or something. This is about 10 past 11.
Fuck.
And I was like, right, well, fair enough. Bye. That was it. But meanwhile, on the same day, Cancer Focus were doing the 7 Summits thing.
Oh, yeah.
And there was some fucking haggard looking bastards coming over and fit, like fit looking dudes, but like hobbling. And they're like, oh yeah, these boys left at 5 a.m. And then it's funny because you'd see like young sort of strapping lads and girls like fucking red faced and sweating and barely able to put one foot in front of another. And then there would just be some old fucking C6 Steve looking old man with a full backpack on.
Yeah.
And he's just like, he's got a wee bit of sunburn on his nose, but he's like, there we are, finished.
Yeah.
Been walking since 5 a.m. It's now 8 at night. No fucks given. Crazy, like. But I suppose it's just a different, if you've been doing it your whole life, you probably know all the tricks. You're just like, just take it easy. All these young lads trying to go mad. But I hated it. I hated every second of it, but it pissed me off enough where I'm like, oh, I feel like I have to get better at that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I would do it again tonight, even though it was fucking, I hated it.
You need to do Binion next.
Is it harder?
I don't think it's harder. It's like very gradual and the same.
Okay.
You know, but it's a really nice walk. And then at the top, it's really steep. It's almost like you do have to sort of like climb up it, but it's like it's not very long.
Yeah,
at the top.
You see, the thing that, because the only sort of other long, the only other thing I had to reference was like that Kulka thing, which is like, it's a path.
Yeah,
it's a long walk and it's kind of shite, but you know, I was like, oh, it's a path. And then you get to the moorings and you're like, oh, this isn't a path.
No.
This is just fucking boulders. So that caught me off guard. I was like, oh, it's very, very it's like a mental workout as well. You're like looking at the floor every fucking 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. And like now I'm just like, yeah, I'd like to do more because, you know, I was like, you realize how like unfit, even though it is a bit of a session, like,
yeah,
it's like 4.5 hours of just pumping it. But I definitely need I need new footwear, and I need to be about 5 stone lighter, and that's it.
Yeah.
What else do I need? Like I see the point in those, like, you know, like headbands that people wear. I would get one of those to stop me sweating through everything. But it was fun, sort of. Apart from there was like a group of kids that were doing the walk with their ma or something, and like they had like a Bluetooth speaker.
Oh no!
And they weren't even they were playing like, it sounded like my fucking Sony Ericsson phone in like 2009 or before that even. Playing like the yeah yeahs. It's like, what are you doing? Listen to Doja Cat, you fucking. I feel like fucking something. So that was it. Good crack. Up a fucking morns. And then, you know, of course, the next day, crippled. I was like, I have a gig tonight. Someone's going to have to fucking wheel me on. Anyway, that's ableist. Right, we'll watch Dave Chappelle make a wank of himself here. Dave Chappelle appeared on stage with our boy, Dave Grohl. Have you seen this?
I actually haven't. I only seen like
this is great then. We'll get Niall reacting to this live. In our world, pasta is life. Look at this ad. Is this an ad or just a fucking mission statement from me? Right. Bro.
Bruh.
What the flying fuck is going on with us?
Will you fuck up,
You know what I mean? We got new buttons. No one's filmed it properly either.
Good, because we ain't even fucking close right now, just y'all.
It doesn't make sense at all, does it?
That's some real shit! That is some real shit.
Yeah, Dave Grohl records his stand-up special in between bits.
So we figured, why not try this shit out in front of you? Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome our lead vocals, Dave Chappelle's gonna come out and sing us out.
This is fucking the worst idea. Get the gut out, Dave.
Shredded.
And I kicked her in the pussy.
If you know the words, say them with me.
He wouldn't even have a good voice for rapping.
Way before I could look you in the eye.
Wow.
I'm fucking rich, bitch.
Your skin makes me cry.
Now the like Dave Grohl pulls it off with the beard and the long hair. This guy in the background,
Oh, yeah.
what's his name? Fucking something
I can't remember.
Rodriguez or something.
OG.
Dude's 80. Dude's an olive farmer from Spain. Look at this guy. I'm fucking furious.
Look at the shoes. Do you see them? The wee Clarks. He's wearing like Clarks.
Oh, bro.
Nah, mate.
Now that I'm 80 years old, I go for comfortable shoes.
You're so fucking special. But I'm hungry.
Tom York's fucking good eye would be rolling in his head so hard. Ring, ding, 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 like a fucking like a fruit machine. Look at fucking David and Balenciagas or whatever the fuck they're called. He's surrounded by too many yes men. I'm gonna go on stage with the foos. Someone should have went, fuck up, would you?
Will you fuck up too?
Dave, would you?
Will you fuck
Know what I
up
mean?
too?
Give over. Stick to fucking telling the yarns. Know what I mean?
I wanna have control.
And he does that thing when he's feeling it. He's like a fucking some girl doing karaoke.
This is a good bit here. Speaks to my heart.
I want a perfect soul. And here's the part right here. I want you to notice. When I'm not around.
I mean, if he killed himself that night, that would have been epic.
Yeah.
You're so fucking special. But I'm hungry.
I'm just gonna go to the end. Has he got a fucking BG on the front of the drums? Oh, he's heating up now, isn't he? Heating up. Ew. He turned around like, fuck, that was rough. That shit was rough. Fucking Dave Chappelle racking mics his whole career. Blocked, probably. He's a good famous person, isn't he? He laps it up.
He does.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Still working hot.
Oh, jeepers. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought he just came out and maybe introduced them playing it.
No. He did the whole thing.
Class.
I'm so fucking smacked up.
Brilliant.
Don't know what to say, really. Kind of shocked. But like, if I was his manager or something, like, I'm gonna go on stage with food, I'd be like, Dave,
Why?
have you had a few minutes? Have you drinking? Sing one of their songs. At least.
I want to play Stairway to Heaven, bitch.
I'm doing his Rick James impression.
Yeah. Sing some Rick James.
Yeah. Boo-doodle-doo, boo-doo, boo-doo.
Will you fuck up too?
It's interesting, the whole Dave Chappelle is just unquestionably the greatest comedian of all time now.
Yeah.
You know? It's a weird argument. It's like going, who's the best band of all time? But someone, I think it was Donnell Rawlings, was like, it's because he has like the Muhammad Ali type story. He has the journey of walking away from show business and then coming back fucking 10 times stronger. And, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But like anybody, if you're repeatedly told that you're the fucking greatest of all time, then you start accepting fucking Mark Twain awards and going like, thanking his wife because it's not easy for her to live with the greatest comedian of all time. And like, you're like, bro, just do the comedy for God's sake.
Yeah.
And I hate that like stay in your lane mentality, but it's like you probably wander into that like,
I can do anything. Put me on stage.
Yeah.
Going on stage with the foos.
you know, and you just have to fucking put up with it. But having said that, I listened to Patrice O'Neill, like some lost tapes the other day, and he's one of those comedians where people are like, this guy's the best ever. I was listening to that, and I don't know what club it was in, but fucking murder. Like, total wall to wall. It sounded like everyone in the audience had their own mic. They were killing themselves that hard, like, and I don't know, the argument's always open. I mean, there's so, like, I'm a huge fan of Bill Burr because the way he does comedy is like, he will fucking walk through the fire to get a joke to work.
Oh, right.
Like, have you ever seen I'll have to show you this, you'll like this joke. I'm going to play it in its entirety. It's one of my favourite bits. Bill Burr Night. Like, see when people talk, like what I did on Sunday, which is like on a much lower level and a load of bullshit, which is like play to your own fans, people who are on the Patreon.
Yeah. And
it's like cheating nearly. This is like going out in front of a crowd that aren't even really particularly up for comedy. And it is cold as ice. And then he chips away, and then it just to the point where it's like it kills. And there's a joke in this where I'm like, this is a closer on a special. Let me just see if I can get this at a point. Hold on.
Grows exponentially.
Come on.
2 days in a row. Now they're walking around all proud, double pocket protectors, black socks yanked up. This is what happens when you get rid of bullying. It is. When you get rid of a species' natural predator, it just grows exponentially.
He's also got the cold there. Hold on.
And it was another.
Hold on.
The world was one way.
All right, this is it.
Oh, you're sad.
Welcome to the General Banter Podcast, where I'm straight up gonna play 5 minutes of someone else's comedy.
I didn't get it. I didn't get the big deal they made about that guy. When he died, they were like, he changed the world.
Talking about Steve Jobs.
That was insane. He changed the world.
Do you feel like cold it is in that room, too?
Yeah.
I guess it's like a play, like he's doing it to nobody.
The world was one way, and then Steve Jobs came, and it was another. What did he do? Somebody, for the love of God, what the fuck did that guy do? What did he do? He told other people what to invent? I want my entire music collection in that phone. Get on it! Right? And then these poor, nameless, faceless scientists got to go in a back room and figure it out. How the fuck are we going to get all of this into this? I mean, what year does this guy think this is? This is crazy. This is like Buck Rogers. Dude, my kid has a birthday in like 11 months. Steve Jobs just walking by. I don't hear any thinking going on in there. Strutting around the office, eating some pretentious fruit like a pear. Right? Just throwing out ideas.
I'm trying to get to this bit.
Their acne and their Hulk shirts limping into the arena, right? Like he's Tesla tapping into the atmosphere. I know, this is always uncomfortable. I know, you bought into it, right? That whole advertising, the way they aligned themselves with some of the greatest people of all time. Jesus, Gandhi, me. Remember that? Muhammad Ali, John Lennon, this guy. How the fuck was that dude like any of them? Gandhi didn't have a sweatshop. Nah, he didn't have people leaping to their deaths only to catch a net and get ricocheted back through the window to have to put together yet another iPad. John Lennon didn't have children in his basement pressing those fucking albums. I know. New phone can't fit the old charger. This is your hero? This is the guy? This is what all the silence is about? New phone can't fit the old charger, so then you gotta throw it out, ends up in the ocean around some octopus's neck. Do you realize how much sea life is ecstatic that man is no longer walking the earth? That's where it all ends up, you know. Doesn't go in a landfill, ends up in the ocean. You realize that? I hate people who say I don't pollute. I don't pollute. Yeah, you do. You use shit and you throw it out. What do you think, because you put it in like a basket, it just poof, disappears? Everything you ever used is somewhere. You ever think about that? Remember that flannel shirt you bought back in the day when you got into Pearl Jam? That's out there somewhere. Probably on some porpoise's face. He's trying to get it off. Stupid little flippers. All the fads. You remember rollerblading? Remember that? Everybody had them. We set up cones, we did little tricks, right? One little homophobic joke killed that entire fad. What's the hardest thing about rollerblading? Telling your parents you're gay. Full-grown adults. Dude, I'm not gay. I don't have the cooties. These mean I suck dick. And they just threw them out. They end up in the ocean. They're made out of plastic. They can't biodegrade. They just break down to little cubes. Fish are breathing them in. 6 months later, you're going out, you're getting sushi, you think you're being healthy, you're eating your old rollerblades. All right, I'm out of time. You guys are great. Thank you. Thank you.
I think that's one of his best bits.
It's class.
It's fucking brilliant. Like, you're eating your own rollerblades. I love that. Anyway, that was a long walk to the well there for me to prove a point. But you know what I mean? He like starts in a shit place with these really uncomfortable bits, and then like is so good that he can like dig his way out of it. And I know there's a lot of wokey folks that are comedians that are like, man, he's a fucking misogynist bastard, and you're like, but then he's a racist bastard, and he's in everything, because that's where the jokes always start. They start in a fucking uncomfortable place, and then he hooks his way out of it. Now, weightlifter Laurel Hubbard will become the first transgender athlete to compete at Olympics after being selected by New Zealand for the women's event at Tokyo 2020. How old is that? It says are they calling it Tokyo 2020 even though it's 2021?
Yeah, there's some weird shit going on.
Is there?
Yeah.
Are they just like, we just stop the time?
Yeah.
Is that what they're doing?
I think so, yeah.
So yeah, there's this full-blown fella just lifting weights for New Zealand. And like, people's main arguments are there are cisgendered females who are competitive weightlifters who are denied a place on the New Zealand team because there is, and I straight up mean this in the best way possible, Jordan Robinson is lifting weights there for New Zealand. What are your thoughts on that? Now I'll get you cancelled instead.
Yes, go for it.
Go for it. Yeah.
Strongest survive, that's what I say.
Yeah. But I tried to write material about this one time. Why do people not just fucking play? Like, say they have basketball in the Olympics. Why does like fucking LeBron James not just play normal NBA all the time? And then we're like, yo, I identify as a woman for this particular week, and just go in there, fucking get this, just fucking run straight through every team, and then be like, I'm not a woman anymore, I'm a man. Back to NBA.
Boom.
Although I seen some woman on Instagram the other day, I forget her name, and she's like 6'10", WNBA player, and hot as well.
Damn.
And then I asked myself, I was like, imagine, she was like, I like sort of short, fat white guys. Do you want to go on a date sometime? But she's really banging hot, and you're like, but she's 6'10". What do you do?
Yes.
Yes, you know what you're like.
Will you fuck up too?
This guy just fucking clamber on up there. But yeah, I mean, just make a new fucking thing. When it's like the Paralympics, they have. Maybe it's not the Paralympics. Is it the Paralympics where they have like each person has a code depending on what sort of level of disability they have?
Oh yes.
You know, there's so many categories for that. Why can you not have all the categories for gender?
Yeah, that'll probably happen.
Well, it seems like the argument's fucking silly when they keep having it. And you're like, well, just fucking put some more in then.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sure there's enough. In the
People?
world. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, the UFC was like, oh, we're not going to let women fight because there aren't enough women fighting. And there's fucking loads. Loads of women fighting. And they got over it. You know, everyone thought there was going to be like this weirdness with women fighting. And it just went straight to fucking regular. Mixed bills. Here's a fight. You know, people getting excited about fights, whether they were males or females. So I think they're just in this sticky situation where it's like, you know, they could just argue infinitely about it when they're just like, just do a new fucking section.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there will be more trans people because, you know, it's a lot more acceptable, if that's a better word now. It's easier to come out as transgender.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do a Bruce.
See what the women want.
See, well, yeah. I mean, if I was a female competitor in weightlifting, I'd be like, well, it's about time fucking Laurel over here had their own fucking section because, you know, I'm over here at my size and weight against this fucking ape over here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Caitlyn Jenner used to be a bodybuilder.
Really?
Yeah. Caitlyn? Is that the...
Caitlyn? Yeah, like it was like a triathlete or a decathlete or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Like in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you see... like, what height is Caitlyn Jenner? Probably about 6'6". You'd shit your pants. Hello. Ah! You know, as soon as she gets in the car, you fucking dive behind a bin.
Oh,
You know what she's like? Just texting.
Yeah.
I'm on Tinder. Smash. Killed a woman. No one talks about it.
So fucking special, bitch.
We're going to hit some questions, shall we? We've got our sponsors, FlowCBD, LTD.com. I don't think there is a promo code for them at the minute. People have been telling me the old one doesn't work. So, William, you better get the finger out here. But in the meantime, still go over there for all your CBD needs. They got oils, they got gummies, they got bath bombs, they got everything.
Oceanus.
They've got Oceanus bath bombs. Is there anything worse than having an Oceanus? You get that sand up the dot. Oh, terrible crack. Literally. And also, we are doing a gig in the Bullhouse Brewery on the 27th, and that's logged me out, which is great. On the 27th, we've sold 9 tables of 28, okay? Then we'll maybe not put that information up. But it's in a brewery, okay? Off Boucher in Belfast. It's a great space. We'll put the address up and stuff. Just head down there on a Sunday afternoon, get some beers. We'll do some stand-up, and it's as simple as that, really. It's going to be fucking great.
Yep.
The tickets have to be sold in tables of 4 because of restrictions, which is a pain in the hole for now, but it's better than nothing. You don't have to be 4 people if you want to shell out on the table, then it's just 2 people. Go for it, or 3 people. But yeah, that's happening on Sunday, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. We'll get some decent content there, do you reckon?
Oh, aye.
So fucking special. I'm a creep. Let me just get some of these questions up on this Martha fucker. Are we both on a healthy eating kick?
Yes.
Have you just been
Day 2.
day 2? What'd you do yesterday? Just lettuce and sit-ups?
No sit-ups.
How good did you feel yesterday? Did you like sleep off the hangover?
I didn't feel great yesterday.
Still hanging in there a bit?
Yeah. It's weird.
I used to get when I was younger, like you'd be dying for a day and then you would go, sleep, and then the next day you'd almost be grateful for your life because you're like, man, that weight lifted off me. But when you get a bit old, what age are you now? 28. Yeah, it starts to fucking stick to you a wee bit. You're like 2-3 days later, you're like, man, I need to put cucumbers in my asshole. And now I'm just, shit, it's bad. But all I want to do is get hammered. I think that's just having a child as well. You're like, man, wouldn't it be great if someone just looked after this kid for 2 days so I could just fucking eat pizza and get wrecked? But that was some gig. This is from Kane. That was some gig. How did you feel? How did it feel to be back on stage again? Well, I spoke briefly about it earlier. It was all 2 days before the gig, I was starting to pull together material, getting real fucking anxious. My anxiety now goes to like shutdown. I don't go like, I'm anxious, I'm super alert, I can't sleep, I'm fucking pacing up and down. Mine goes to like, I'm anxious, like fucking sleep. So I felt like that, like I couldn't fucking focus, and I was like forcing material out. And then the day of, I was bricking it a wee bit, although I'd done that hike, so I was just in pain more than anything. And then literally right up to I was fucking putting off writing a set. And then I wrote a set, and I was just like, I don't fucking like that. None of this makes sense to me, any of these notes. And then as soon as Mickey went on, him and Aaron were opening. As soon as Mickey went on, I was like, oh, well, fucking, you almost give in. You're like, well, what am I worried about now? I'm just going to have to fucking go on and talk for half an hour. Even though what did I do, 45 minutes or something? Yeah. That was pretty impressive. So that's that horsepower, bro, you know what I mean?
Will you fuck up, too?
All them years piling up tonnage. But as soon as Mickey went on, I was like, well, fuck, it's gonna be hard to really fuck this up. So once I got on, it was just fine. Felt good, felt sharp, felt comfortable enough to sort of talk through some things. Felt all around good. And then like the following days, like, yesterday and today, I actually just feel a wee bit like settled. And I think that's because you're kind of, I suppose, like when you're not gigging, like kind of your job doesn't exist anymore. Something that was like your job for a long time, and then you get back into it and you go, oh, I feel a wee bit more settled now. Show was sold out. The new bits went reasonably well. Everyone had a good, you feel a wee bit more settled. You're like, oh, I've got another gig coming up. It's going to be all good. We're chilling. And what I'm really looking forward to now is like, when can we travel? Like, when can we go to fucking, Glasgow? When can we go to Liverpool? When can we do all these shits? Make some films. Is there a more wanky team than England? Also, hate the rugby team. Going to London today. Hope to see them get smashed. Okay. And that's from Ian Paisley Jr. Oh no, that's the wrong side of the joke. Fuck. Fucked it up. I don't know. I haven't been watching any Euros. Do you like football at all?
Nope.
No, me neither. Have no fucking. Me with the Euros is like, oh, it's on today. Like that's me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on now. Is it? The rugby team they always manage to just find a bunch of wankers for the rugby team. They always have a fucking captain who's a wee wanker. Like Farrell's a dickhead. Fucking that Hartley was a ball bag. Like your man Genge, they're all just dicks. Even though your man Ellis Genge, like he's a class player, I'm a fan. But he's a dickhead, like. P.S. You look like Seth Rogen on stage there. Oh, cheers, man. Seth Rogen looks like someone's haggard old granny now. Continue. What's this?
it's about time we thought about doing the same. I certainly am willing to give my life for it.
This bitch crazy.
Hold on. Someone sent me, this is from a Reddit thing. I'll see if I can open it here. Hazel from Cultra. Cultra? What is it, Cultra? Seems nice. She was on the news. She's willing to give her life for a seaboarder, or lack of. Who's for what? They don't want a seaboarder if you're a real yoon.
Seaboarder might cause a, what do you call it?
Where did I
United
get
Ireland. That's what the thing is.
Fuck off, like.
Or something. I don't know. Don't care.
Don't care.
Let me just. I'm gonna have to. Oh, stop. Stop
Jesus.
resaging it, would you? By the way, guys, we're gonna work on a SummerSlam of 10 bonus podcasts.
Whoa.
I'm gonna get booking some guys today.
Cat's out of the bag.
Meow.
That should be a button.
Yeah.
Come on, the fuck. Does anyone want to straight up just come down here and put the internet in? I can't be arsed ringing anybody. Right, let me just put. It's a nightmare. There's no link. Go, you fuck. Here she is. Our woman, Hazel Officer? Is that her name? Fuck's sake, Hazel. So fucking special. Just why the fuck will it not just play? You ready?
Brings reward.
The other side have got everything they wanted by causing mayhem, fear, and death. Maybe it's about time we thought about doing the same. I certainly am willing to give my life for it.
Just right.
Just right. We love the Queen. She's just like, I think we're willing to cause mayhem and death.
It's not going to be you, Hazel, is it?
Good woman.
Good woman.
I'm personally getting a balaclava and I'm going to go out kneecapping Republicans. And I'm willing to give my life for it.
Oh, that's great.
I'm willing to fight, the IRA.
Class.
You feel like going like, I don't give a fuck. Listen, where's the healthcare free and, we're not going to get fucking bombed by another country. That's kind of, I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. Hey, which place has a government? That'll be good.
Yeah.
How much time do you think about How much time do you think about your outfit for going on stage now? Is that a backhanded like, bro, you look like shit there in that photo you put up? Let me see what I look like in the photo. I'm wearing like green chinos and a t-shirt and a hat. Now, what I will say is I look the same all the time. So how long do I think about it? I mean, I thought about it as far as I wanted new shoes for it, and I got new shoes.
Boom.
And then we reverse engineered it from there, which was like what pair of trousers highlight these shoes the best, and that would be a cuffed chino.
Yes.
So, and then from there I was like, what t-shirt isn't really going to clash with the trousers? And then we went for a navy general one, and then of course, what sort of hat would be good with it? And that's basically it. That's the main clothes I wear. Sometimes I put more thought into what watch I'm wearing than what I'm actually wearing.
Yeah.
Like I'll get ready and then I'll be 15 minutes late because I was trying on watches. But yeah, I just look like a fucking just random guy just the most average guy of guys there. But usually if it's for stage stuff, like there's no, a lot of people wear like a jacket on stage. There's no fucking way I'm doing that in the limelight.
Oh yeah.
Sweat city.
Tom Segura is good for the jacket.
He is good for the jacket. But I just feel like you would be like, I'll even like hold a microphone like this for too long and my arm will just be sweaty in here.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because you're just not consciously, You're not conscious of it. So you just keep your arm there for like 45 minutes, which you never do any other time in your life. And then you put it down. You're like, oh, I've sweated through my jumper. I've got one armpit that's just like drenched. And it was very hot on Sunday.
Yeah.
So you're kind of, I mean, ideally, I would dress like, you remember like the sort of hardcore punk people would dress at a certain time? Back in the fucking 80s?
Like a Harrington?
Not even, more like the American sort of hardcore, you know, like shorts and like high tops and a vest, you know what I mean? Like that sort of look. That's probably what I mean, ideally you would just wear gym clothes and sweat through them and then get changed into nice ones after. But anyway, that's why like sometimes you'll just run through clothes. Like you'll have clothes and you're like, oh, I wore this on like 4 gigs and it's destroyed. It's like washed out and the fucking armpits are wrecked because you just wore it gigging. But anyway, wait. We're going way back there. Congrats on the shows, man. At this rate, though, I'll have to wait for the first SSC show to catch the king in action. Paddy Raff. Anyway, what's the greatest of the creams? Bourbon? Custard or Boston? Up the big lads. I don't like custard creams. The bourbon ones, I could take or leave. What's a Boston cream?
Donut.
Is it?
You know, the like just chocolate and cream in a donut.
Oh yeah, that then.
I know that's not really fair, is it?
Yeah, well, 2 are like old biscuits that you find down the side of your sofa that haven't changed in 8 years, and then a Boston cream is like delicious. I'd love a donut, but we're eating healthy, aren't we? We're trying to get them dick V's coming in.
Get some vegan donuts.
No.
Gluten free.
I think it's a good, if people are like, man, being vegan doesn't really work, but like, maybe you just get to the point where most of your food options, you can't be arsed eating them, and you just eat nothing.
Yeah.
I tell you what's a good trick. Maureen's sister right now has braces just put in, and they're white, and you're not allowed to eat anything that's like red or tomato-y or curry or fucking, or the initial part, there's nothing, like you're not eating like toasted sourdough because you just bust one of these motherfuckers off.
Christ.
So she was saying you just get to the point where you can't be fucking arsed eating anything because you're like, it's either the wrong color, it's going to get stuck all in these things, it's going to break them off. And she's just like, you're not going to eat like one wee snack and then have to fucking brush your whole teeth and all that shit.
Yeah.
So she's like, you just don't bother eating.
Jesus. No thanks.
Which would be, yeah.
Just remove my teeth.
Yeah. Give me the fake ones and a curry. Fantastic gig, Colin. But where did you get those funky trainers? I got them at newbalance.co.uk. My sponsors. Why don't children put empty tip tops in the back of their bike wheels anymore? Don't know. Have you seen this bloke who's tried to turn himself into an alien? Go on then. Is it Arma Khan? Accept all. The Black Alien Project. Oh, uncomfortable. Hold on a second. I'll pull this up on the screen. Do you see the shape of this motherfucker?
I'm willing to fucking die for my country.
Speak to a fucking actual British English person. Shut up, you patty bitch. Right now. Bro.
Nice.
Oh, you look good, man. You look good. Weirdest blackface I've ever seen, but he's green. No, just no mental problems at all, probably. I would imagine. I've got no mental problems. The guy's Shred City. Anyway. Let me see this. It's not playing.
It's just, I think it's just a photo as a song.
Right, fuck these videos anyway. Yeah, see when you get to the point where you're like cutting your nose off? I'm out. I'm a freak.
His lip.
Yeah, he's had a bit cut out the bottom too. I mean, how much do you fucking hate your life
Oh, on the top, Jesus.
When you're that dude, like. I mean, he's been murdered with that blackwork tattoo shit. That brutal black where they just scrape the shit out of it. Yeah. Yeah, dude's weird. Is this him trying to be sexy, like touching his lip and all? Hello, ladies. Hello. Fuck me, like. I mean, like. What is the thing with that? Is it like he loves the fact that he could walk down the street and everybody's like, what the fuck is he? You know, does he like that?
Probably.
Because I imagine, like, you know, what are the things that are going to be off the table when you look like that? You know, like going near any women at all. But then again, you're probably just going to find some crazy bitch who's like, why don't you just lay some fucking... I mean, look at the guy from the side there. He looks all badass from here, and then you see it from the side, and you're like, dork. What's up, guys? Here he is doing an interview.
Antonio, muchas gracias por estar aquí y bienvenido a lo que es la primera entrevista del canal de los Homies-Velas. René ZT,
¿Dónde está la nose?
Gracias por estar aquí.
Un placer, de verdad, un placer para mí también.
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, muy bien. Estoy muy relajada, muy perfecto.
I don't know what the fuck. I feel sick now. Imagine you just get you're like, oh, I'm going to go in and get my nose cut off, and then you get it cut off, and then you see yourself, and you're like, you get a bad haircut, and you're like, don't want my dad, like.
Yeah.
Oh, that's poor bastard. Funniest set I've seen in a long time. Had a great night. Truth bomb. When you say you're trying new material, does that mean your set isn't really formatted in any way because it's not polished, refined? You're just throwing out jokes freely and not always building to a particular payoff? Felt very unpredictable and made anything you said 10 times funnier, or maybe it's just because you're actually funny. Bro. Probably the second bit. Well, if you weren't funny, no one would be laughing. Do you know what I mean? So, by new material, I mean, like if you say you have a new bit of material and you try it and it gets a laugh, and then you remember it better and you try it like 2, 3, 4 times, then you're like, I have a new bit that sort of works. And then you do it like, say, 10 gigs, 20 gigs. You're like, right, this is good material. Like, I've got decent or big laughs at almost all of these gigs. This bit of material works. And then you string fucking 5 bits together and you know the material. Then you can start to polish it and go through it faster and quicker and trim out the fat and everything. By new material, I mean I just have fucking random thoughts all bunched together that don't, because you could be like, oh, fucking blah, blah, blah. You know, conversion therapy. And then the next joke's like, Black Lives Matter. And then the next, and they don't flow together at all. But like, I nearly prefer to do comedy like that anyway. Not a question, but seen you in a garage in Kennedy Way last week and was too socially awkward to say hello. Yeah, well, I'm there all the fucking time, bro, because the office is around the corner. So why don't you just hang out there and maybe I'll see you when I'm getting petrol. Well done on your return to second job at the Limelight. My question for you and everyone's favourite sidekick, Niall. Oh man, what an insult.
Sidekick?
He's producer of the year 2020.
2008.
What's your go-to hangover food? Now, what did you eat on Sunday? Apart from ass.
My own ass.
At my own ass.
I just had a bit of a fry.
That's the way to go, isn't it? Like
Sausages.
I mean, mine probably isn't the full fry.
No, I didn't have full fry.
I like see if I can get a baguette.
Yep.
A filled baguette, like a breakfast.
That's literally what I had.
Like a breakfast roll. That's my go-to.
Oh yeah.
I like that. I mean, if you're in any way really dying, you can't drive anywhere.
No.
How's the training, man? Been following the movement maestro for a while myself. Puts out some good content. What's the secret to the weight drop? Has McCann pulled you into the furnace? I haven't What? Let me tell you something. I haven't lost weight. McCann hasn't lost weight. Everyone's a fat bastard. Okay? The training's been going shit because my back was fucking killing me. The Movement Maestro stuff is helping dramatically. And this week is when we start to ramp it up a wee bit. I have workouts now instead of just like mobility movement type shits. And then, you know, I did that hike there, made me feel like a fat piece of shit. So I'm going to just nail the cardio for a while I'm doing these movements. And then slowly introduce some weight again. But, you know, I was really watching what I was eating there for a week, and it's amazing the amount of weight falls off you like in the first week or something. And all I was doing was like not putting off eating for a certain amount of time, eating like good quality food at around lunchy time, brunchy, and then going through maybe having a snack, and then maybe not eating till a bit later, 6 or 7, and then eating well again, and then just not eating after that. So you're just giving your body like large gaps between decent food. And that's what we're back on this week, you know. Got the fucking lean supper clubs in there. Me and Niall are going, he's bulking, he's getting big.
Yep.
He wants to get that fucking Tom Hardy neck.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just looking to be able to fucking have one set of tits. What do you plan on weaning Eddie onto the drink? When do you plan? What's your plan to wean Eddie on the drink? Don't know, the guy's nuts. I feel like I'm just going to fucking wake up one day and he like has taken the car or something. Bill Burr doing a great item in his podcast about things you wish you had have said in those situations when someone is being a prick, and it's only after when they're gone you come up with a killer line. Give us some situations you've been in and not put someone in their place only to scream out loud in the shower day later when you think of what you should have said. Paddy, I believe that's called being married. You know, you're in the middle of a row and then you fucking are driving down the motorway someday and you're like, I should have said that. That would have definitely made her not speak to me for fucking 10 more years. You know? I don't know. I'm not. Mine's always what I shouldn't have said. Mine's never like what I should have said. I wish I was a bit more stoic and would just sit there like, I'll get you back for that one someday. No, I'm just a fucking, just a loose machine gun hanging out the side of a fucking helicopter. Fuck you, I guess, fucking. Getting married in Derry in August. Sorry about that. Fancy doing a show unpaid. No. Nah, but I'm fucking. I mean, this week particularly, I've been asked to do personal appearances all over the place, and I'm like, what are you? Can you imagine? Like, people don't really think this, do. My boyfriend loves you. Would you turn up at the house? No. Who am I? The Dwayne the Rock Johnson, and you're a fucking Make-A-Wish kid? What the fuck am I gonna do at your house? Well, what's the crack? What are you doing here? Your girlfriend told me to come to the house. Oh, right. Do you want a cup of tea or something? No, I'm just here being me. Oh. Senior, watch your podcast now. Thanks. Sure you don't want to take now. Alright, well, have a good one anyway. And then I just stand there while your girlfriend just counts out thousands of pounds. Thanks.
Boom.
Awkward. No, I would never do a wedding. Also, it would be so fucked up, you know. And since I seen her the first time, I thought I fucking was gonna see it. And then me.
Will you fuck up too?
You know, just up there. So sad I missed the Limelight gig. When do you think Lavery's Comedy Club will be back in action? 1st of July. Facts. What's your thoughts on the attempt to repopulate the red squirrel in local forests? Man, I couldn't give less of a fuck. I mean, realistically, what I know, the grey ones kill the red ones. Realistically, is it going to change anyone's life that the colour of the squirrel has changed? Not mine. Any advice on me regarding the old grandmother constantly handing out all the bank deeds to every African prince. Yeah. And Royal Mail, not really, though. Text messages. It's wild behaviour, and I'm about ready to take the whole internet off her. Yeah, man, you just gotta be like, tell her to just get everything cross-checked, you know, like. I got a text the other day. It was like, oh, your membership for this bullshit is being, you know, upgraded, or what's the term? Like what's it called? Fucking whatever. It was like £599. I was like, what the fuck is this? I haven't paid £600 for anything. Check out Rizlad on YouTube. Channel is Hot Hoods TV. He's a cub from Strabane. He's released 3 tunes so far. They are pure gold. All right. Is this him? Oh no, it's called someone called Hannah.
When I raise me home. Fuck's sake, man, it's Tuesday after signing the dope. So I scribble like a pennies for a boost and a pass. They spark a phrase to be me for mooches out the ash. They paranoid when the po-po passing. These days, too many wannabes be gassing in the double.
Here we go. Burst on a pasty. Class. I mean, yeah. It is what it is, man. It's, you know, it's rap from here. It's always got to be funny. But sounds good. Production's good. Video's good. Also, people send me a lot of music to review, and I don't know anything about it. You know, who am I? John Peel. I'm Ron Peel. Have you seen the trailer for Nicolas Cage's masterpiece Pig? Seems a lot like Taken, but instead of taking his wife, they took his pig. Are you serious? Pig. Nicholas. Nika. This will be some crack here. Come on, bro. Have you heard of this?
Yeah. He's done 3 movies a year since he started acting. Like, that's insane.
Couldn't name you 3 in total. Is it like Babe meets fucking...
It looks class.
Is that a truffle pig? Have you ever had truffle?
Yeah.
Have you? Any use, is it?
Aye. Oh. Yes.
Where's my fucking pig?
I'm looking for a truffle pig.
Mickey's Tinder bio.
I don't understand. Tell me who you are.
Bro, have a shower before you go to the fucking Michelin star restaurant. The state of him.
I know, surely he's earning.
Huh?
Surely he's earning like fucking 20 grand a trip or something.
Who, this guy? You're
yeah,
like,
for truffles.
You were like, wash your face, man.
In the woods. There's nothing here for you anymore. There's really nothing here for most of us. Buy yourself a new pig.
What are you thinking?
What is it? Just that specific pig is like so good at it?
Must be.
Because you can get a dog to do it too.
Oh, yeah. Spaniels or
yeah, spaniel pigs.
Spaniel pig.
My new band.
Every meal I ever cooked. I remember.
Oh yeah.
Did it? Oh yeah. The guys. Jesus Christ, was a quail? Spatchcocked? Did they just go to this? Did they go to Nicolas Cage? Like, we've got a movie. It's about, and he's like, yep.
You live your life for them, and they don't even see you. You don't even see yourself.
This is...
We don't get a lot of things to really
wash your face. This is demented.
Where's my pig?
Yay. Chef's table meets the Revenant.
Where's my pig? It's much like that movie,
Babe.
Babe, or 8mm that we talked about the other week.
Oh yeah.
Where his wife gets murdered.
It looks class.
What do you think about being creative in NI? My main gripe is you're not wise for any out of the box thinking. Yeah, I've had you're not wise from like guys with visible cat in their fucking nose. Yeah. Yeah, you're not wise. You don't need to be wise.
No.
Smart would do you.
Yep.
But yeah. Yeah, that says more about them than it does about you, to be honest. People are just, I mean, all of that shit is just like, is sort of jealousy or something like that, where people are like, what are you, I hate my life. What are you doing that for? And I think that's why, one thing I noticed, like, in my short, brief trip to, like, LA was no one would be, like, if you were working in a place, in a coffee shop, and someone's like, oh, they'd be like, what do you do? As if, like, I know you're here to do something else, but I know you're working at a coffee shop right now. And you're like, oh, I'm an artist. They'd be like, oh, fair play. There's no weird stuff. Whereas over here, it's like, oh no, I'm a fucking professional working comedian. They'd be like, you're not wise. You're like, no, we put on pretty big events.
Aye. And
we pay a lot of other comedians.
Yeah.
And, do gigs where a lot of techs and staff and all get paid. It's decent industry.
Yeah.
You're
Do
not
you get
fucking
paid for that?
You're not fucking wise still doing the wee comedy turns. I mean, it's sometimes. I mean, it's quite petty, but if it's nice when someone will be like, "You're the fucking blender, aren't you? You do much still?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we got a podcast and do gigs." And where would you be gigging? I'm like, "Fucking SSE Arena." Huh? How do you want it? Huh? But it's fine if you're not staying in touch, or if you're not staying on top of it. How would you know? You know what I mean? Selling out all over fucking place. But it's fine. You should do videos still. Should I? Should I? Why? Keep you occupied while you're eating your Greggs in the van, big lad.
Will you fuck up too?
Is right. But yeah, no, that's fine. Chet Hanks asking fans for money. You know who my daddy be? Consent. Chet Hanks allegedly asked a fan for $200 in leaked messages. I love you, do you really? Yes, you got some money for me, baby. What you need, king? Oh, fuck off. I can't even be honest with that. Yeah. What's the most you could give me? Be honest. For you, $22. How about $200? I mean, either he's absolutely skint, which is believable, or he's just taking the piss.
Yeah.
Like, do you love me? Yeah, how much do you love me? Do you love me fucking $200 worth? Yeah, dirty bitch. We have one more question, and then we are peeling our legs off this seat, and that's it. Great gig on Sunday. My gay vegan friend from America wants to know when he's getting his $5 for that pint of Guinness. That's very niche.
Very niche.
Very niche reference. That was quite funny. Whenever the guy handed the pint up and he's like, drink it. And I was like, I'm driving. And he goes, so? Put the car in the fucking hedge. So Aaron ran on and he drank the pint. And then he goes, you owe me a $5 now. And I said, I didn't realize you were selling the pint. And it was good crack. We had good crack, didn't we?
Yeah.
But my gay vegan friend from America wants to know what. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. I mean, I'm amazed that crowd were in such good shape.
Yeah.
Because if you sat down an hour before a show and you were just dinging the QR code and getting booze to the table, I would be fucking hospitalized before it started.
I know.
Like, please welcome to stage your opening act, Mickey Bartlett. I'd be like, ugh. Maybe the pizza's a good idea to sort of fucking slow them down a bit.
Yeah.
But one of the better things to come out of the old pandy is table service at comedy gigs. Makes a lot of sense. And also, there's no reason why you couldn't be doing the drinks in a different bar in a lot of places to save on the fucking noise. Because a lot of places have like new bar staff and they just come in, they're like, no problem, change. Fucking, what's that, a bottle? So maybe if it was in a different room, it'd be fucking tremendous.
I know.
But anyway, we have talked a lot of shit today. We've enjoyed our new buttons.
Will you fuck up,
No, I mean, that's the music. That's jazzy. Yeah, so let's get out of here. Shall we?
Yes.
Let's do it. We'll try and put together a short bit of BTS from the other day.
Yes.
Nothing much, like just a couple of minutes. And that's about the height of it. Cheers for listening. Cheers for coming out to the gigs. Get yourself a table of 4 for the brewery gig, Bullhouse Brew Co. this Sunday. That's going to be a chilled, relaxed vibe. The tickets are 20 quid each, but we have to sell them in groups of 4, which I do apologise for. Get some mates together, get that going, and we'll go down and do another Sunday sesh. Great times. Shout out to manscaped.com. Use the code GEMBANT1, get 20% off. Do you want free beer? Beer52.com. Use the code BANTER. Get, well, it's free, isn't it? But you just pay for the delivery. Who else sponsors us? We have 15 sponsors now. Flow CBD, LTD.com. Get on there. Get chilled.
New Balance.
Shout out to New Balance. If you could hit me up at colingeddiscomedy@gmail.com for some just for like a custom shoe would be good. There is a guy I need to email back, but he sent me an email and he's like, alright mate, I'm starting up a shoe company. Can I sponsor something? And I'm like, bro, at the very least, send me a link to a picture. How open-ended. Yeah. Can I sponsor your podcast? Hey, question number 1, what is it? Have you any information at all about it? But anyway, we'll see you next week, guys. Feeling chilled out. It's a Tuesday. And we're trying to work on Nico from Pride and Pinion. Maybe on Thursday, I'll message him now, you know what I mean? Work on him. Work on that ass. Oh. Damn, girl. Right, see you later. Straight. Fucking stop that the fuck.
Will you fuck up, too?
Bye.